Hey, welcome back today. Today is Thursday, April 2nd. I can't believe it's April already. Can you? Time is going fast. I want to show you this. This is one of my favorite things that I have because I have a whole bunch of little cards in it that I can change out every day. And I think it goes with the chapter. But it says, I am with you always. And that's in Matthew. And I want you to remember that sometimes you might be feeling alone as we go through our days at home doing our schoolwork. And I know you're probably missing your friends and things that you get to do at school, but just remember God's always with us and we're not alone. And when you're feeling lonely, take a few minutes to talk to Him about that. It's amazing how a little bit of talk goes a long ways and we're able to feel better as a result of that. So hopefully you did what you're supposed to and read chapter 3 last night. If you didn't, stop the video, go read it, and do your work. If you did, open up your folder to page 6. I ask you to answer 2 questions after you read this chapter. Number 1 says, what does Opal bring home from the grocery store in chapter 1? Well, I don't know if she got any of the food that she needed, but she did bring home the dog. And number 2 says, what or who does Opal ask her father to tell her about in chapter 3? And so you should have circled C, her mother. All right, so chapter 3 is definitely interesting. This is where she gives that stinky dog, Winn-Dixie, a bath. And she used some baby shampoo on it. I thought it was interesting that she listed what type of shampoo that she did. But we find throughout this story that Winn-Dixie spends a lot of time telling the dog about her life. We find out that she doesn't have any friends here as she's talking to the dog because apparently he doesn't have any friends because he just showed up in the grocery store. But do you know why she doesn't have friends? Do you remember? She moved into the trailer park just recently. And she was in an adult-only park. So finding kids there in the park would be a little difficult. And not sure if it's school time or not. It doesn't really give us that information. So as she's talking to Winn-Dixie, she's a loner right now, and so is he. So they're working on become friends through this time. And I guess I jumped the gun on the last chapter. It's chapter 3. We find out that she goes by the name Opal as opposed to India. And so I spoiled that one, but oh well. But Opal didn't know much about her mom. And she's 10 years old now, and she's starting to get a little bit more curious. And so at the end of this chapter, we find out that Opal asked about her mom. She says, I'm 10, and I want 10 things about my mom. And I think that's a fair question, that she's ready to ask questions and know a little bit about her mom. And it's interesting in the next chapter as you go to read what the 10 things are and what she does with that. So today's assignment is short. I want you simply to read chapter 4. I want you to get a clean piece of paper, a notebook paper, and as you're reading chapter 4, I want you to list 1 to 10 and write the 10 things down that Dad told Opal about her mom. Okay, that is your assignment for tomorrow. When you finish with that piece of paper, I want it in the back folder of your notebook, and that's where it's going to stay. And any other pages that I ask you to fill out that's not part of these pages, you'll put there as well, okay? So read chapter 4, write as you go. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow.